Hello, and welcome to Bodenberg TV. I am Anna from Bodenberg TV, and I am very pleased that you tuned in today. My guest is Ulrich Bodenberg, and I would like to talk with him about his software DragPad. Welcome, Uli. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, Anna, and thank you very much for the warm welcome. I'm glad to be here. My name is Ulrich Bodenberg, and I have been working in professional IT for about 30 years. I've been working with SharePoint since the first version, which was nearly 25 years ago. Nowadays, the majority of my projects take place in cloud environments.
Uli, you've developed quite a few software products. Can you say something about that?
Sure, Anna, gladly. I have 3 product lines. DragPad is a tool primarily designed for power users, but not only for them, to significantly speed up document handling. The Cozy Track product family includes several products that perform tasks mainly in the background. For example, there is the Provisioner, which builds customized environments for SharePoint and Teams at the push of a button, or the Migration tool that transports data and documents in all directions. There is also a product that enables centralized template management, and one that allows documents created from collaboration on team websites to be published on communication websites. The Bauolutions product line currently includes an Office add-in that simplifies saving to SharePoint and Teams environments.
That's an impressive portfolio. Uli, what inspired you to develop these products?
It's actually quite simple. In my consulting work, I repeatedly experienced that there are quite significant gaps in the functionality of SharePoint and Teams. My products fill these gaps. Today
We're talking about DragPad. Uli, would you like to explain again what exactly DragPad does?
On one hand, DragPad is used to quickly and easily bring files and emails into SharePoint and Teams. Maybe the director can show my screen sometime. On the right, you see DragPad, which can simply be moved to a corner of your screen. DragPad detects the current workspaces and displays them. Then you can easily drag and drop the desired files onto the chosen workspace. A dialog opens where you can enter library, folder, content type, and metadata. You can then confirm the selection, and DragPad uploads the files in the background. By the way, this also works with emails. These are then marked in Outlook.
Uli, I really like that, and it looks very practical. I think it's especially useful for users who work with multiple workspaces. Does DragPad only work with SharePoint, or does it also work with Teams?
Of course, this also works with Teams. The document storage in Teams is SharePoint. By the way, DragPad can also determine the displayed areas from the Teams configuration.
That's great. Another question that just came to my mind is whether DragPad isn't also an excellent tool for migrating files from file drives to SharePoint or Teams. Can you say anything about that, Uli?
Yes, Anna, there are actually customers who perform migrations with it. In principle, my product Cozy Track Migrate is the more suitable product for migrations since it is specifically designed for this task. But of course, if the goal is for users to gradually transfer their data into the SharePoint environment themselves, DragPad could certainly be a valid solution.
I see. Uli, you said that DragPad serves 2 use cases. Can you tell me what the second use case is?
Sure, that's the takeout function. If you want to send a document from SharePoint or Teams via email, for example, the actual document and not just a link, that's cumbersome because you first have to download the document and then attach it to the email. With DragPad, it's easier. Let me show you. DragPad displays a hierarchical view of the document library, including folders and subfolders. Filtering is possible, and there is also a very fast search function. When you click on the files, DragPad generates a preview. To send one or more documents via email, you just need to select them, press a button, and DragPad copies the files to the clipboard, from where they can then be pasted into the email. Metadata can be removed from Office documents upon request. Word documents can be converted to PDF. Additionally, the selected files can be packed into a SIP archive. Many customers say that the takeout function is actually even more valuable than adding files and emails to SharePoint.
Uli, this is a very important function. And yes, it's true. It has often cost me nerves how cumbersome it is to get and send a file from SharePoint or Teams. Now I have perhaps a somewhat peculiar question. Is there a common thread that runs through the product?
That's a very good question, Anna. The common thread is that all functions are designed to be quickly operable. The product aims to significantly simplify and speed up the user's work. It is undisputed that the operation of SharePoint and Teams can sometimes be a bit cumbersome. Why?
Uli, we have now always implicitly thought of Teams and SharePoint in the cloud. Does DragPad also work with SharePoint Server?
DragPad works starting from SharePoint Server 2016.
Now, a somewhat provocative question, Uli. Are you worried that the product could become obsolete due to innovations from Microsoft?
That is a very valid question, Anna. And I can give you a very clear answer. No, I see no danger there. Microsoft has not taken any significant steps in the past 20 years with SharePoint to make the workplace faster for users. Teams is no exception. For example, Microsoft seems to assume that users do not need to send documents stored in SharePoint or Teams via email, or only in exceptional cases. And that simply isn't true. Or think about how cumbersome it is when you have to store 30 emails in 5 virtual project rooms.
Uli, I can understand that well. Can you also explain to us how companies proceed when they want to test DragPad?
It's very simple. Just get in touch with me and we'll organize a free trial. This also includes configuring the product together. It's important to me that customers have a good start with DragPad right from the beginning.
All right, Uli. Can companies also contact you if they need DragPad for their clients?
Of course, partners are always warmly welcome. You will receive attractive terms and comprehensive support if you want to use the software with your customers.
Thank you, Uli, for all the information and the nice conversation. I really enjoyed it, and you provided many interesting insights. Thank you very much, and I am already looking forward to our next interview. Thanks also to the viewers. We are looking forward to welcoming you back here as viewers soon. Until then, we wish you all the best and much success with your projects. Stay curious and open to new technologies and developments. Goodbye, and see you next time. Yours, Anna from Bodenberg TV,